muscles?
Talk about the muscles. What is it actually doing? I'm testing your muscle strength of your chest right now. That mode that you were in, the CPAP, was building those muscles up. I'm going to take you off. You're just going to breathe normal for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what? Are you going to say the rest? I'm going to block your airway. I'm going to include your... I like yours, actually.
You're going to feel some resistance. Just keep...
You're going to feel some resistance. What I like, and this is my go-to, is this test is like pulling a thick milkshake through a straw. You're trying to pull that, and I try to get them into it. What's your favorite milkshake? Get them calm, okay? Your vanilla, okay, you have a vanilla milkshake, you're pulling this real thick, you're going to pull and pull and pull. Okay, you're just going to pop them off and put them on, and one breath, and done. What are you going to do?
Best of 3.
Let them take a few minutes.
That's what I do. Coach them. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Try it at least 3 times. Okay, 3 times, 3 breaths. We can hold our breath for at least 20, 30 seconds, right? Yeah. Do you think the third one's going to be a little bit better than the first one?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it is. Because they're like, I can't get anything. They'll blow, and then they'll take that real monster breath. And typically it is on that third breath. But coach them. Tell them, push it out. Breathe in, push it out. Breathe in. Coach them. Be the coach. Take them off. Put them back on. What's a good rule of thumb before you take them off? What are you doing in the vent? Pre-oxygenate and alarms. That way, is this going to take 2 minutes? Is this going to take 2 minutes? So by the time you put them back on, oxygen and alarms are still going, right? So they're still getting that 100%, especially if you're including their airway for that amount of time. Acceptable NIF. That's the next part. Acceptable NIF. What are we looking for?
20, negative 20 to 20.
Negative 20. Do we want, what is unacceptable?
Negative 17.
So is that more negative or more positive?
More positive.
That's right.
Is it
More positive.
more positive? So more positive than negative 20 is unacceptable. So negative 17, negative 15, negative 1. We want more negative. We want more vacuum pressure, right? That means our muscles are stronger. Correct? Yeah? What else may be important to relay to the physician along with your measured values? This is that extra step, because once you do these vitals, they're going to ask you most of this stuff. You're like, dang it, I didn't do it. So they could ask you tolerance, right? Say tolerance, they could. But if the numbers are good, do they really care? Someone's breathing through a straw. I'm not going to tolerate that very well, but my muscles might be strong enough for me to get off the ventilator, right? Or get the tube out. What are we thinking? No, not pulse, blood pressure. These are all important.
This is before you're extubated.
Yeah, you're relaying these vital numbers to your physician, and they're like, okay, well, what else might be good to say, to know, to do?
If they still have a lot of
Secretions? I like it. Yes.
Pass their minimal leak testing.
There we go. Leak test. They're definitely going to ask you this, right? Your numbers could be A-okay. But what happens, let's take this back off, okay, guys? Yeah, right. What am I going to do? We've talked about this a couple times. Deflate the cuff, listen for a leak.
What?
Subglottic suction.
Subglottic, because there's always stuff above the cuff, right? So your subglottic, your patient. Right? Now there's no leak. Now what?
Put the air back in.
Nope. You don't have to. If there's no leak, you're still getting a closed system, right?
Deflate the cuff or
Well, it's done. There's nothing else left.
you're not extubating then.
We could listen to the neck. You could also, if you had an anchor fast, move it around, because that cuff might have been adhered to the side, Okay, so move it from side to side. Sometimes that'll loosen it up, okay, to create a leak. Ask Brian about this. He'll give you a good story that might create a leak. If it doesn't, and if it's negative, you're reading, right? You're reading the question. You did a leak test, it's negative. Are we going to extubate your patient? What are you going to recommend?
Another day.
Steroids in another day. At least the next morning we'll try it all over again. You know the vitals are good. You're just really looking for the leak test. So they're going to pump them full of steroids and hope that trait goes down, right? Or trach.
Airway swelling.
When are we
The swelling goes down.
When did we say that?
Yes? So leak test, is it positive, is it negative? They want to know that. Secretions, how much? Okay, they want to know that. What else? You're doing this, right?
Gag reflex?
There you go, gag reflex, because if you take the tube out and there's no gag reflex, then what?
They can't protect your airway?
They can't protect their airway. Very good. Give me one more. I'll give you, most people don't get this one.
What's a hint?
Muscles.
If they cough?
Move their head up.
Move their head off the pillow. Because if someone can lift their head off the pillow, they have enough strength in their chest. I can tell you their NIF's gonna be good. If they can lift their head off the pillow, yeah, they have enough strength. Okay, and now that is all your respiratory vitals. Gotta know the normals. So what's gonna happen is we're going to create these for you. We're gonna probably tell your NIF we can't do that for you, but I can mimic everything else through another ventilator for your actual numbers that you get, okay? You'll read them, you'll tell me what you wanna do. If you wanna extubate, I'm gonna need to know what you wanna extubate to, and then you have to set it up. So if you wanna go to, you know, we said green cannula humidifier, you gotta hook it up, get it ready for extubation. If there's